Hello everyone, how's life going on? It's good, isn't it? It ought to be. It's because, why? We need to be happy. We need to make ourselves happy. We need to enjoy life. And I think you all remember me. I'm Mrs. Krishna Priya from Vidya Lakshmi School. And today I'm going to deal something with class 10 poetry. And I'm sure you'd love it once it is done. And the name of the poem, as you can see on the screen, it is The Tale of Custard the Dragon. Did you all think about custard, the one which you eat? I'm sure you would have thought about it. But this isn't anything to do with the food that we eat in terms of custard. This is totally different. And let us understand what it is. And it's written by Ogden Nash. In case you wanted to know a little bit about Ogden Nash, yes, we'll surely go to it. And before you can see how this custard dragon is. Isn't it cute? I find it cute and I'm sure you also will like it. Before we know about what this poet has written, we have the characters in the poem. And what are the characters? We have Belinda and we are not sure what her age is. And that's the reason I felt that yes, a cute little girl would be better than a grown-up. So we have here Belinda and this is ink. Is it the one which we write with? In one way it signifies it. It's so dark. And that's the reason the cat or the kitten is given the name of ink. And you can see mustard. What's mustard again? Is it something that we eat? No. It is the dog. Since it's yellowish in color, it is given that name mustard. And the next one you can see, it is a dragon, but the name is Custard, the one which we eat. Dragon is, how can they both be the same? It is not at all possible, isn't it? But still, there is something which might be there in the poem, which is going to make us understand that yes, it is the top one in it and maybe the hero or the heroine or the topmost character. We'll get to know about it very soon. And what about this little one here? It's written blink, isn't it? Do you all blink? We do, isn't it? What does it mean? It means that in a fraction of a second, it disappears and we cannot trace it. And it's so fast. So, we can understand that the characters are given either with the color of the body or with the quality that they have. And the first two we can understand that they are given with the color. The next two are given with the quality that they have. And what might this be? Here we have Belinda the little girl, mustard, ink, blink and custard. The introduction is good, isn't it? So, why to waste much time? Let's know something about the poet. And here is the poet Ogden Nash. He has written good number of poems and in this we have a little girl by name Belinda. And what is special about this? It's because she has plenty of pets and these pets are a black kitten. We had already got an introduction and the name is Ink because it's black. And there's a grey mouse and it's Blink. In a second, in a jiffy it goes. And we have the yellow dog named Mustard. And we have a covered dragon named Custard. Now, what is covered? Please don't get doubt or any confusion with the spelling and the pronunciation of the word covered. C-O-V-E-R-E-D, covered. Something is covered. In case I take a book, I say, my book is covered. It's in brown sheet, right? But here, this word covered is a person who is timid, easily frightened. So, the name is suitable. But how can a big dragon be a covered? That is the point that we are going to learn, correct? So, let's see what actually the poet wanted us to understand. So, the poet has described every character to be brave, except the dragon who is a covered. So, there lies the fun. And how is it going to be in case a creature which has to be strong and brave and all that is totally the reverse of it? It might be different, isn't it? And that's the reason why we find this poem totally different. So, the whole situation changes when a pirate attacked Belinda's house. We know that Belinda is the owner, isn't it, who has pets. No one else has the guts to face him. And do you know who it is who saved from the clutches of the pirate? It is the Custard, the cowardly Custard dragon. All the characters are happy because they're saved. And that too, who saved? The dragon. But you know what they do? They immediately change their stance and they say that they could have done it better had the situation been a little more comfortable for them. See, everyone likes to do this. What? Turn the tables towards themselves in a positive way. And the same thing happens here. So, this time I am not able to go to the whole poem at a time. Instead, I've taken stanzas, I'll go for the meanings and the explanation and then go with the poetic devices which are interconnected. What do you all say? Is it all right? I'm sure you'll like it. So let me read first the stanzas which you can see. Belinda lived in a little white house with a little black kitten and a little grey mouse and a little yellow dog and a little red wagon and a really, truly little pet dragon. Now, what about the meanings? Wagon, it's a vehicle used for transporting goods or anything else for a specific purpose. So, let me tell you how it is or what can we do about something. Can we do about something here? Yes. What is really, truly? You might have got a doubt about it, correct? Yes. The thing is, the spelling is totally different and all the things, what actually is that? We'll get to know about it very soon. So, we got the introduction. So, we have a white house and this white house is here and we have a big dragon here close to the house. So, that lady, whether it's a little girl, a teenager like y'all or a lady, a young lady, Belinda, she lives in a house. And what are the characters or what are pets? We already got the introduction to her pets, isn't it? The first one is a black kitten. She has a little black kitten. We already got to know the names previously. We'll get to know them again. And then is the little grey mouse and then a little yellow dog. And all of them are, usually they go by wagon. And the best touch of it is really, truly little pet dragon. So, we think, why are these words used like that? And what is the necessity for the writer or the poet to say it's real, it's true? It is because you might say, how can it be possible? A person can have a dog, a cat, a rat, or they can have any other animal as a pet. But a dragon, a scary one. That is the reason why Ogden Nash says really, truly. So that we can say, yes, maybe it's true. Isn't it? So, here again we have the explanation. He's talking about the young girl whose name is Belinda, who lived in a white house with these 4 creatures. Cat, a dog, we have the next one is a rat, or what should I call it? A mouse. Let me not call it a rat. It's a mouse and a dragon. All of them. Remember, there are some colors also which come now and then. White house, red wagon. Isn't it? So, let us see what else is there in this poem. Before that, literary devices. We got them, isn't it? Now, the first thing that we should understand is about the rhyme scheme. Always remember that we can get the rhyme scheme easily. It's not at all a big deal. Why? It is because we read a line, we take the last word, we take the last syllable. So, in the 4 lines that we had, we got in the first line and the second line, mouse and house. So, for the word house and mouse, what is the last syllable? Ouse. Ouse. So, they are rhyming. And that's the reason it's written AA. And look at the next 2 words. Dragon, wagon. So, how is the pronunciation? Last one, gun, gun. Whether it's wagon, dragon or dragon, wagon, whichever way we go to, it is a gun sound. And that's the reason we call it as BB. So, there is a specific rhyme scheme. And the next thing is repetition. What is repetition? Easy to understand. Anything which is repeated is repetition. But why? Why should we use repetition in poetry? You need to make people listen to certain things again and again. You need to put it into their head so that they won't forget it. And for that reason, we have repetition. And the word little is repeated throughout the poem. So you should bear it in mind. And the next one is oxymoron. I always tell my students to remember oxymoron with the second letter, X. I always tell that. X. Why X? Because opposite. That means we have two words which are opposite, put one beside the other. See, can you say that a pet and a dragon is opposite? No. But we can understand one thing very clearly. A pet might be something small, might be something lovable, might be something approachable, kind, affectionate, adorable. We can use any number of adjectives. But the second I say a dragon, we get terrified, isn't it? It's because it's huge. It's not normal. You can't go and stroke it. Come on, my dear. We can't do that, isn't it? That is the reason these two words are opposite in their own way. And so, it is literary devices oxymoron. So, what's the next one? Anaphora. What is anaphora? Anaphora is the repetition of word or words, phrases, that too in the beginning of any line. If it is in 1, 2, 3 lines, then we can tell that it's anaphora. Don't mean to say that one line means if it is in one line, we can accept it. No. It should be in more than a line, at least 2 lines. So, what's the example that we have in this poem for the stanza that we got now? And a little, and a really. So, and a is repeated. This. You're able to get it? Yes. Now, refrain. Now, there are so many students who get confused with anaphora and refrain because both of them have something in common, and that's a repetition. What is that repetition which is different? We should understand that for anaphora, remember A, that means in the beginning of any given line. So, in poetry, if at all there are 3 lines or 4 lines or 6 lines, how many ever the number of lines are, you should see that in the beginning, if at all they are repeated in more than 1 line, so 2 lines or 3 lines, it becomes anaphora. Now, how to remember refrain? Refrain is also repetition. But because I am asking you to remember A, you remember here the next letter. How should I ask you to remember? Is there any procedure? I do a little bit in a logical way. And this logical because A is first, and if at all we take R, it's later. So, remember that in the end, usually it is a sentence, and that too in the end of a stanza. If a stanza has a sentence repeated, then we call it refrain. I hope you understood it. If it is anaphora, repetition of words or words in the beginning of 2 lines at least, and if it is refrain, it is the repetition of a sentence, a whole sentence in the end of stanzas. It's not immediately. That is that. And now, poetic license. In the previous paragraph, is it paragraph? Please don't use the word paragraph. It's a slip of my tongue. If it is prose, we use paragraph. If it is poetry, we say stanza. We had seen these words really, truly. I am pronouncing it in a normal way, but the spelling is different. Isn't it? Why is it? It is because these poets have certain license. What sort of license? They are able to make use of words in a different way. Even they alter the spellings also. And why are they doing it? It is because they wanted us to get a new kind of feeling, and there is also a musical effect to these 2 words, particularly in this poem. Did you all understand till here? So, shall we go to the next stanza? Here we go. So, here we go with the next stanza. What's it? Let's read it. Now the name of the little black kitten was Ink. And the little grey mouse, she called him Blink. And the little yellow dog was sharp as mustard. But the dragon was a coward and she called him Custard. See, when I was talking to you about the introduction of all these pets, I told you that 2 of them were with the names and 2 of them were with the colors. I think you'll remember, isn't it? Now there might be some kind of a doubt in some students telling that, come on, what is this? She's telling custard and it is sharp and it's yellow. Both are right. It's because, what is this? She's telling that it's mustard and it's yellow and it's sharp. Both are right. It is because mustard is yellowish in color. Can you see this here? The little one which is, bubbling there, that is the mustard flowers. Usually we don't have that yellow kind of dogs, but they're yellowish brown. And so we can call. And in case you use it as food ingredient, most of the foreigners have it as, they put it on the bread and they have, it's very sharp. Sharp in the sense when you put it on the tip of your tongue, you get a different reaction. So it's sharp. That's the reason why here, the dog also maybe it's sharp. You tell it anything, immediately it listens to your instructions and does whatever it is asked to do. And so it is sharp. Got the point? Yes? Now, we had already understood about them. What is it? The little black kitten, because it's black, it's Ink. And then the grey mouse, it's very fast. In a second, it will disappear. And so it's Blink. And because the dog is yellowish in color and it's also sharp, it is called as Mustard. And the last one, the dragon. It's a coward. Coward what? A weakling. I already told you the meaning that it is easily frightened, timid. Then we call it as a coward. So you all understood everything, isn't it? Why the names are given in that manner. So what is next in this stanza? Shall we see? The literary devices. For every stanza, we are going in this manner so that we will not miss anything. The rhyme scheme, it's again the same. A, A, B, B. Do you all remember how we had in the previous stanza also the same variety? Even here, it is more or less the same. A, A and B, B. It is Ink and Blink. Ink, Ink. Mustard, custard. Erd. And then comes simile. Now, you should get to know what a simile is, isn't it? Simile is the comparison of one thing to another thing with the usage of like or as. And here what it is, the dog is compared to mustard. And see how the line is. And the little yellow dog was sharp as mustard. Sharp as. In case this sharp as was not there and they simply said and the little dog was mustard, then the figures of speech would have been different. It could have become a metaphor. Are you all able to get the point? Simile, in case comparison is made with the usage of like or as. And it becomes a metaphor when there is no such kind of a thing like or as. Next one is alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of the consonant sound in the beginning of a word in any given line in the two close proximity. So, what's the next one? Anaphora. We already got anaphora previously. It's a repetition of word or words in the beginning of a line, that too for a minimum of at least 2 lines. And here, what are the words which are repeated? And the. See how they say. And the little grey, and the little. So, and the little is repeated. In one line it is and the little grey, and in the next line it is and the little yellow. So, that is how it is anaphora. And repetition, as we got in the previous stanza, here also we have one particular word, little. I already told you in the previous one. Little is repeated. So, it is called as repetition. So, coming to the next stanza. Custard the dragon had big sharp teeth and spikes on top of him and scales underneath. Mouth like a fireplace, chimney for a nose, and really, truly daggers on his toes. Look, the scary picture of a dragon. But when I look at this little dragon, I don't get that feeling. I feel maybe I can go and stroke it, isn't it? Don't you also feel so? It happens. It's because it's so cute to look at. But let's see what the meanings are. Spikes. They're thin pointed, on the surface. Usually when it is something pointed. See, when boys also go for their hairstyling, making it sharp, upward, even that's also spike. And the next thing is scales. What are scales? It's thin bony plates protecting the skin of reptiles. It's not only, it's almost all the reptiles, whether it's a snake, you go for any kind of garden lizards, iguana, such kind of things, you see, you find scaly things. Even for fish, we do find it even for fish also. That is scales. Underneath is nothing but totally or directly below something is underneath. Then fireplace. What's a fireplace? It's an outdoor structure of brick, stone or metal for open fire. See, you might have seen such a kind of a thing. I would like to draw it here. Maybe you'll be able to remember. In this way, this is a hearth place. We use it on the word fireplace or hearth place, and if at all there are sticks here and there is a roaring fire, you get warmth. It's for the sake of generating heat inside, and that is the fireplace. And the next one is dagger, sharp knife, something with which you can attack anyone. It has the handle in this manner. It is the dagger. That's that. And once the meanings are done, let's go to the explanation part. So, you can see the dragon there. Can you see it? It's flying. It looks beautiful, whatever it is. The same lines are there on the top, so don't get confused. Here, what we are able to understand is the external or the outward structure of the dragon. So, in case you look at this dragon, you can understand how it is so scary. It is breathing fire. Yes, you can understand that. It has scales on the body. Even underneath also there are scales. You can't just go and touch it. It has spikes. All the pointed things are there on the body. So, and when you look at the feet, in the place of the nails, there are sharp things. They're just like daggers. In case it attacks anyone like that, it's the end of the person. But it's a pet. And the worst thing of all, it is a coward. And that's the reason why this poem is something different. I hope you understood all the points up till here. Let's go to the literary devices. It's the same thing again with the rhyme scheme. We get A-A-B-B, that is teeth, underneath. So what is the sound? Eat, isn't it? And then the next one is nose and toes. Remember, Z sound is clear. Nose, toes. So both of them are rhyming. Next one is simile. We had already got simile in the previous one, comparing the dog to a mustard, as mustard. Now dragon's mouth. What is a dragon's mouth compared to a fireplace? And how is the line? It is mouth like a fireplace. Because this word like is there, we call it as simile. In case this word like is not there, it becomes metaphor. How? We can say that the dragon's mouth is a fireplace. If it is a dragon's mouth is a fireplace, it is metaphor. Direct comparison without like or as. Next one, refrain. You remember we had already got the explanation for refrain. If at all any line is repeated in the end of any stanza, then we call it as a refrain. The next one is metaphor. Chimney for a nose. See, here direct comparison of a chimney to a nose. We usually know that a chimney can be a long structure in this way where smoke is emitted. Fire is breathed to the nose, and in another way we are saying that it is so tall, it's so high, and that's the reason why we have this metaphor structure for this nose. It's clear? Please do comment how you feel about it. In case you want me to do any kind of improvising, I am ready for it. So let's go to the next stanza. Belinda was as brave as a barrel full of bears, and ink and blink chased lions down the stairs. Mustard was as brave as a tiger in a rage, but Custard cried for a nice, safe cage. See how it is? The second we read it, we understand. But yes, let's go for the meanings first. What are the meanings that we should learn? First thing is barrel. A barrel is nothing but a drum. You might have seen big drums in which many people who do not have piped water, they fill. Or they can put any other things also for storing. That's a barrel. And the next one is chased, which means to hunt, go behind. And the other one is rage. It's anger. And how much of anger? Uncontrollable. Only when it's uncontrollable, we call it rage. If it is controllable, we can simply say it's anger. We can limit it. We can make the person calm down or cool down. So here, this stanza is telling us how each character is. Directly from the owner of the pets till all of them. First one is Belinda. How is she? She has a lot of bravery. She has guts. So much of guts. And how much does she have? As much as the bears. See, Belinda was as brave as a barrel full of bears. Actually, a barrel is small, isn't it? Maybe this height. And how many bears can fit in it? As far as I know, maybe one. But still, it's good to say that she has so much of it. In case we compare ourselves with the bravery of a bear, I don't think that we human beings have that much. So it's good that Belinda has a lot of courage. And then the next thing is about Ink and Blink. These two. We know who Ink is. Who is Ink? The little kitten. And who is Blink? The enemy of Ink. There is a mouse. It disappears within any second, isn't it? But these two have that much of courage with which they'll be able to chase lion which is on the stairs. See, these are all things which are exaggerated. But it's a very good imagination, isn't it? Just imagine, in case there are stairs, fine. And here maybe there is a lion, I'm just writing the word L, and two creatures, one maybe this much and another one this much, are chasing such a big lion, that too from up the stairs till down. Isn't it really a different kind of a thing? It's something not possible, it's an exaggeration, but still it's nice. And then what about the dog? How much of guts, how much of bravery, how much of courage does it have? In case you put a tiger which had its home in its real habitat, that's in a forest, and you put it in a cage, will it be happy? It has uncontrollable anger. And that much of anger is there with Mustard itself. So it's all the time angry. Ready, 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 it says. We saw all of them, right? Now, coming to the Custard, what does it do, or what is its positive thing or a plus point? It shivers all the time. Oh God, please give me a safe cage. I am afraid. I can't go. It's pleading for a cage. It should be reverse, isn't it? Actually, a dragon must be in a condition to chase the lion. A dragon must have that much of guts or that much of anger a tiger which is put in the cage has. But what is happening? It's pleading, oh God, please put me in the safe cage. That is the reason it is a coward all the time, frightened, a weakling. It's understandable, right? So let's see the literary devices. The rhyme scheme, as we had already seen, is AABB. It is the same thing here. Bears, stairs, airs, airs. That is the sound. Rage, cage, age, age. They are rhyming. And so it is AABB. The next one is alliteration. Repetition of the consonant sound in the beginning of a word in any given line in close proximity. That means close. Not very far, close by. So we have here, Belinda was as brave as a barrel full of bears. In this B, that is ba sound. Ba sound is repeated. Belinda, brave, barrel, bears. See, we don't have many words in between. We have only two here. We have again only two here. And here also we have two. So don't think that they are very far off. They are all close by, close proximity. So B sound is repeated and that is alliteration. The next one is simile. How is Belinda compared, or what is she compared to? Belinda's bravery is compared to that of a barrel full of bears. So how was the line? As a barrel full of bears. Because it is as a barrel full of bears, it becomes simile. And then Mustard's courage or bravery is also compared more or less in the same way. See, Mustard was as brave as a tiger, as brave as. In case if they say Mustard was a tiger, then direct comparison of this dog whose name is Mustard is to that of a tiger, and that becomes a metaphor. Next one is assonance. What is assonance? It is the use of the vowel sound. Here you should remember A, I, O, U. Everyone knows the vowel sounds in case they are prominent. If they are prominent in the middle of the words, that too in any given line, then it becomes assonance. Here we have the letter A, pronounced as repeated. So where are they? Belinda was as brave as a barrel full of bears. In was, in as, in brave, in barrel, in all these words we have this repetition of the letter A.